Hey, welcome back to the channel. So in this video we're going to talk about something that is kind of a hot topic with some collectors, and that would be reproductions. Now, there are a lot of people on the internet that will tell you that a real collector will never have anything reproduction in their collection, and that you should be ashamed of yourself for even considering reproduction anything. The majority of collectors that I know and respect will tell you collect what you like, and that if a original something does not make sense, then you look at a reproduction. It's your collection, it's your gaming world. Do what you want. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the only reproductions that I do collect, which are boxes. I will not collect reproduction games. So all those $20 Mario parties on eBay, I have no interest in. I only want original cartridges, original instruction manuals. Boxes are the exception that I will make, and that is what we're going to be discussing today. So with cartridge games specifically, with cartridge games, you generally have a few options for storing them, and that is cartridge by itself, which a lot of people do. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just not for me. I did that for many years, and it's something that I want to upgrade my collection. I just don't want to have stacks of cartridges anymore. I want to have more standard art on display. So there are a few options. This is an original box for GoldenEye. I actually just got this, and this was not bad. Box and manual by itself for $15, and then I bought a reproduction tray because it didn't have a tray with it. So the tray was another $5, and then I paid $15 for the game at my local used store. So all in all, for $35 plus tax, this is a lot cheaper than what I could get on eBay. And the box is not perfect, but it's about average condition for what you'll find for an N64 game that people have heard of. Little bit of bowing, little bit of, being out there just a little bit, but it's in still really nice condition for a 64 game. The other option that is most commonly used is one of these. Now this is a hard case that has a scan of the original artwork printed out and then slipped into the slipcover. These usually run $6 to $8 a piece, and there are several sellers on eBay that offer them buy 3 get 1 free, which generally takes them down to around $5-6 a piece. The issue with that is that if you're looking for 4 games and your seller that has buy 3 get 1 free only has 3 of them, then it becomes more expensive. Also, some of these are not uniform, like DuckTales. The only one that I could find was this one, which is not really uniform. It's a little bit thicker. Height is about the same, but it's still just not quite the same, and the spine art is also not the same as the original box. Now with 64, the majority of these have started doing something that really irks me. And make sure I get the same side here. So you can tell this is the original box, and this is the replacement case. So up here is the same, but down at the logo, they have replaced it with this. This is a checklist for game instructions, and I'm not even 100% sure what E means. I think it means the tray. It doesn't mean the tray. I'm not even sure what that means. But it's a checklist for letting you know what you have inside here. I hate this. It's not original. I want one with spine on the end. I'm going reproduction anyway, so why not? I might as well. But these are the alternative that I have been using for several years in various forms, and they have worked all right. They're not perfect, but they have worked all right. Recently, I did some research and found a website called boxmygames.com that offer reproduction boxes for the older games. They use the same cardboard, dimensions are the same, the artwork on the pictures looked really nice, good and vibrant. So I decided to go ahead and take a shot. And you may think it's kind of weird, the one that I bought, but this is one of their reproduction boxes. This is for Rad Racer. Now the interesting thing about Rad Racer is I bought this game for 99 cents at my local used store. You can find one with a really destroyed box for around 15 to 18 bucks on eBay, but to actually get one with a decent box, you'll run up closer to 30, and to find one with the box and the 3D glasses, you'll pay 50 to 60. So this was a game that made really good sense to try a reproduction box. And I'm really pretty impressed with it. The only thing that I don't like, which is hard to call it a con, they replaced the barcode with their logo, which means that these boxes cannot be used as counterfeits. Now, there's a big difference between counterfeit and reproduction. A reproduction tries to look as much like the original as it can without being confused for an original. So a reproduction will always be marked somewhere. In this case, it is the barcode. Now, I have tried this. The barcode does not scan. The negative to this for me is that because I use the CLZ app to catalog my games, that means I just have to hand type the game in, which I would have to do anyway, and not all of, like with this one, not all of these scan anyway to begin with, but even with the barcode, I can type the barcode. So honestly, I would almost rather that they replace the barcode image but still left the numbers, but I'm not going to complain. Now, comparing this to the original box, I paid 70 bucks for this, and I'm pretty happy with it because this is in really nice condition. Contra is my favorite NES game. So side by side, I definitely can tell that there's a difference. Now, can that difference just be the difference between this is brand new and this is 30 years old? Yeah, this is a lot more glossy, and you can just kind of feel the handling wear. Even though the box doesn't look worn, you can just kind of feel it when you touch them side by side. But height-wise, no, they're the same height-wise, they're the same dimension-wise. Everything is really a one-to-one reproduction, even down to the flaps. I'm very impressed with it. Because the other thing, like I said, these are original boxes. Compare it to the hard cases, and your spine art is not correct. So this box, all their boxes run $12.50 if you buy an individual, but the more you buy, the cheaper they get. You can get them down around $9-10 a box. Where these are worth their money is that they include the foam inserts for the NES games, and they include the trays for N64 games. N64 trays, I know, I just bought one, around about $5 a piece on eBay. So that takes the value of the box itself down to about $7.50, and that's completely reasonable and really is in line with these guys, and everything lines up a lot nicer because these guys are a little bit deeper. They are just a hair taller, so it just doesn't look the same. And of course, your games and your instruction manual will fit perfect. I still need to get a book for this and pick up the slip cover that you put the game in. So I'm perfectly happy with this. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the big thing where you cross the line with reproduction is if you claim it's original. Like if I were to claim to have a complete in-box N64 collection, but half of them were reproduction boxes, that would be fraudulent. But saying it's a mix, the cartridges are all original, so it's a complete cartridge collection, there I'm all right with it. These are a really nice alternative, and I will be ditching these. I just don't like the way that they look on the shelf, and I would much prefer to have original or as close to original as possible for the way that I want the collection to be displayed. So this is how I have this is my cartridge collection right now. It is growing, but right now I'm focusing on upgrading these guys to boxes first. That'll be my next purchase, and then once my local used store opens up, I will get more cartridges because I don't really like paying eBay prices. But you can see where they just don't really fit quite as well. God, I still cannot get over the sinus infection. It's 4 months and counting. So all 4 of my N64 games have their original boxes, but you can see like Bass Hunter, I really want to throw a piece of tape on top of that because it's not going to stay. You know, it doesn't matter what I do, it just pops right back up. You know, that's something that's permanent damage, that box is always going to be like that. But I got Bass Hunter and Wave Race together with games and instructions and boxes for $30, so I'll take it. I'm not going to complain. That's basically getting Bass Hunter for free for the price of Wave Race. So that's my thoughts. Now with disc games, I prefer to have original art because disc games usually easier, and honestly, I just don't like the whole high quality laser printed reproduction artwork. It just never lines up. It's not as thick as the original. It's just not as good a quality. So I just prefer to stick with the originals on these. Nothing reproduction down there. But you know, with this kind of thing, it's easier. A DuckTales original box will cost you $50-$60. Super Mario Bros. $50-$60. Super Mario World, that's a $100 box for an original or more. So, you know, for those 4, and then Box My Game says 4 for $40. 4 for $40, 4 for $42, somewhere in that area. Maybe $45, maybe $47. I don't know, somewhere in that area. It's under $50. It's under $12.50 a piece. That's worth it to me because I can get all 4 of those in boxes for less than the cost of one of those games in the original box, and I'm perfectly happy with that because that gives me more to play with, to work with the rest of the collection. So, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. We will see you next time.